by default and nature, humans are creatures of habit. When we find anything we love, food, products, vacations, anything that we like, we repeatedly go back to it and do the same thing over and over and over. Then when it's time to try new things, sometimes we can get a little locked up and a little scared and nervous about doing them. And then self-sabotage, that whole downward spiral of just everything that you will stop yourself from doing, which happens to be one of my worst habits. Once I try to find something new, I kind of talk myself out of it or tell myself how horrible I'm going to be at it, and it just never gets off the ground. So one thing that I want to do is, of course, start new routines, new ways to introduce things that I like into my day, because I get so busy and so wrapped up in things that it'll be like 1:30 and I'm laying in bed wondering, what did I do to make me happy today? And I'm not saying there weren't any happy moments. There definitely is lots of laughter, lots of fun. I'm with my kiddo all day, so of course there is. But it wasn't things that fed my soul. It wasn't things that made me feel like me, which is the whole purpose of this project, right? Finding what makes us feel like us. So it's time to introduce some new routines. Time to get those made. And here's how I'm going to do it. Okay, first things first. My normal day-to-day routine has problems in it. Yes, I wake up at the same time. I wake up at my goal time. The only problem is I will sit there and lay in bed in my comfy covers all wrapped up in my cocoon, doom scrolling for like an hour. And then I have to get up and I'm kind of rushing around to get everything finished and done before breakfast. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to introduce more things that I like, more things that I want to do, and that, again, make me feel less time-consuming rushness and just so busy. I know there's a lot of things that I want to do, and then I get mad at myself for not doing those things. So definitely putting in a new plan, and we'll see how this goes. Now, every night I have the same routine. I hate overhead lights. If you will look at my light, there's no light bulb because I hate them. They are too bright, they're too in your face, they're too everything. So as soon as the sun starts to go down, which regrettably is later now, I turn my room into kind of this nice candlelit glow area that I like. And I will either be parked at my computer working until it's time for tuck-in and bedtime, and even then sometimes I'm still working after tuck-in and bedtime. I'm going to start establishing my boundaries and set times aside for work and for me. So that is the first thing I'm going to be doing. And here's how I'm going to do it.
Now, to keep myself a little bit more organized, I'm going to start using time blocks. Now, this will help me be a little bit more disciplined as well. Each color is set to a time, and each time is set to a task. And I have everything laid out in front, so I know exactly what I have time for and where I need to fit things in.
Now, the next thing is my morning routine. Again, I will sit and doom scroll forever, which I want to stop doing. So I am setting myself a timer. As soon as I get up, I have that amount of time to be on my phone, usually playing a round of a game that I like and checking out some emails and things like that. Actually, no, scratch that. We're going to save the emails for work time. No, Dad, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on things that I want to do. So that schedule is going to go right here on my mirror. So it's a little hard to tell in a very dirty mirror, but as soon as I get up at 6 a.m., I'm going to be on my phone for 15 minutes, wake up and stretch, journal while listening to a podcast, try to grab some breakfast if I'm hungry at that point, wake up my Boo Bear at around 7, and then we're going to go to the gym, come home, get ready, and hit our brunch time, which will then lead me over to potentially starting work. I'm trying to figure out the times on those, but that is the schedule of what I have planned so far. Now, it is going to be a little bit different until I get the hang of it, but based on what my routine is now, I'm going to see if we can fix it. This will be part of next week's update, but we're going to see if we can do pretty good on day one. The next part of my routine, normally when I do have a few minutes or I finished all my work for that day, which is very slim to none, but the few times that I do, I will come over here and park it in my favorite little chair. So as you can see, I have all of my K-pop love over here. I have all of my Stray Kids stuff because yes, I am a huge Stray Kids fan. And then I have my little book area. So this is where I would like to spend more time and more time doing what I want to do, which is where I'm going to actually put my new bedtime schedule. As I said, I spend a lot of my evenings when I do have time chilling in my little chair right here, which is going to now hold my bedtime schedule that I would like to have. So I, as a teacher, like to use the kind of repetitive notion in the classroom. When you were little, did your classroom have posters and tons of things hanging around the room, and after about 2 weeks you had memorized every single word of those posters? I did the same. I can still close my eyes and sometimes even when they're open, remember what my 2nd grade classroom looked like, what my 6th grade social studies classroom looked like, and all of the posters on the wall. Even the kitty hanging from a tree telling you to hang in there, which was kind of corny. But I'm going to be using that same routine and that same thought process for my new bedtime and morning routines. So I'm going to write out 2 of these. One is going to be chilling on my computer so that when it hits a certain time and my computer will turn off, because I have set timers on there to tell it when it needs to go to sleep. So that timer will come up, tell me that it's time for sleep, and I will be more disciplined, and instead of saying cancel and just getting rid of the whole thing and working for another 3 hours, I'm gonna hit OK and let the entire thing go to sleep. Maybe after I saved stuff, because I don't want to do it again in the morning. So I will save everything and then hit OK for the computer to go to sleep. So same notion, this is going to be everywhere. I already have my morning routine written down on my mirror. I'm also going to write it out and stick it on my bedside table where I turn over to get my phone every morning when I turn off my alarm. So the first thing I'm going to see is a very bright piece of paper that tells me my schedule so that I know what I want to do and I can help myself accomplish this. So let's get this one written and stuck up on this wall. First things first. Okay, so I already know when I want to start my bedtime routine. I kind of know the time limits of what I want everything to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is start to wash my face. And that's one of the main ones that I have over on my computer because I'm mostly there when the timer goes off so that I can go wash my face. So wash my face, whole makeup routine and everything. Now, like I said, that one's over by the computer. I am not going to put that on this one here. This one is for after I come back into my room, because 9 times out of 10, after I'm done with that, I will bring my phone over here, sit down, and start doom scrolling again. So now I'm going to have this handy dandy one to let me know, knock it off. So I'm going to start doing my face routine at about 8:30, which is going to take me about maybe 10 minutes, if that, to do. So I'm going to put 8:15, I want to do my face mask. I like doing face masks, and I don't know why I don't do them more. I have a ton, so I need to start using them. So here we have our face mask. Now, while I'm doing that, that's going to take me maybe 10 minutes. So I'm going to give myself some some extra room. At 8:30, I want to do some journaling. So here I'm going to do my journal. Now I want to do that all the way up until about 9 o'clock or so. Give myself a good half hour. Now at that point, I can go ahead and either transition into reading or transition into stretching. I think I'm going to do some reading first. So I'm going to do my reading here. And then at 9:30, I'll do my yoga. And I'll do that again for about half an hour. So at 10 o'clock, it is time for tuck-in. Go tuck-in, Boo Bear. Come back in here. And at that point, I will get actually into my bed as well, rather than the chair. And then I'm gonna start. So I'll put here 10:15. I'm gonna start reading. And I will read up until it's time for me to go to bed. And I will be honest, I don't really fall asleep before midnight. Very rarely I do. So I'm gonna put here bed time, so I can go to sleep. So here is my new schedule that I'm gonna have right here by my handy dandy little chair. Right here with me. And that way when I'm sitting here at night and I start doom scrolling on my phone, I know that it is time to go ahead and start my schedule. I think this is gonna help because that bright color is really gonna attract my attention. Also just kind of noticed I made this a blue corner. Interesting. In my little blue corner, I'm going to look at my blue piece of paper and start to read all that through. Now, once I have all of that and kind of make it into a routine, I won't really need it anymore because, again, it's going to be there for me to read over and over and over, just like the classroom theory. There's all of these different kind of sayings and things when it comes to building new habits. There's the 21 days for a new habit. There's 42 days for a new habit. There's if you do it every day for a month. Now, I don't like to put that much pressure on myself because then I'm going to be like, oh, I missed like day 4. Now I have to start that 21 days all over again. That's not really going to be functional because there's maybe sometimes I don't get home till 8:30. Maybe I get tired at 10. That's fine. But I want to try to do the majority of this just because it's going to be things that make me happy. It's going to be things that make my heart and my soul happy, and it's going to be helping me find me, especially that journaling part. Now, I do have plans to go way more in depth with my journaling and everything, but this is how I'm going to set it up for right now. And then again, I have my morning routine. So my morning routine is written on my mirror, already ready to go. And then I'm going to write out another piece of paper just like this and hang it on my bedside table. So when I turn over in the morning to turn off my phone for my alarm, I will see that piece of paper, start to read it, and we'll be good to go. I'm also thinking of moving my phone to the other side of my table. So I kind of have to get up in order to get it. And at that point I'm up. So I might as well just either come over here and get my 15 minutes of phone time done, and then I'll be up and stretching and everything. So we'll figure it out at that point. But this is all going to be trial and error. I know I need to be patient with myself, and I know I need to start this as soon as possible. So fast forward to tonight. Let's get started. My computer has just alerted me that it is 8:30 and it is time to start my routine. So, of course, I have been working up until this point. I had a lot more to do than I originally anticipated because my apps decided to update halfway through and erase half of my filmed classes. So I had to go back, fix those, but those are better now. Everything is good to go. And we are ready. So what I'm going to do now is shut all of this down, put it to sleep tonight, go put on some comfy clothes rather than my work stuff, and then I will meet you in the chair. Okay, this is my first time filming with this light, so we will see how it turns out. But I am in jammies now. I am ready to relax. I have not taken off my makeup yet. I have to go do that soon, but I'm going to get everything together so that I can have a smooth transition into my new routine tonight. So let's get that started. So like I said, I hate overhead lights. So this is my setup that I have in my room for nighttime. I have my little fairy lights all around and all along the top. So it's just a nice kind of smooth ambiance to everything. So I'm going to sit in my nice comfy blue chair and get started. So face is washed, all clean and ready. Now it is time to get started on journaling. Then we are going to move on to reading and stretching. Journaling is done. I have about half an hour to tuck in. And now I'm going to do my stretches. I'm not quite comfortable filming that yet. So maybe next time when it's for the update. Okay, so tuck-in is done. Face looks like a glazed donut, so that is done as well. And journaling's done, stretching is done. My back feels a little funny, but I think it's just because this is the first day. So stretching is done. Now it is time to get the bed ready, get in bed, and read until I get sleepy. Okay, first night is just about done. It has now been a few days of doing my new routine, and I've got to say, I'm really liking it. So I have all of my little posters everywhere, and they really do help. I've moved my phone to the other side of my bedside table to where I do have to get up and go get it. Everything that I've put in place is really helping, and I feel really good about it. Now, if you have come this far in this video, I hope you like it. I tried a little bit of a different format, a little bit more like a vlog. So I'm getting my feet wet in this whole vlogging lifestyle, and I'm really enjoying it. So, as I said, if you are this far in this video, drop a little heart in the comments. Let me know that you watched the whole thing, and maybe tell me what you're going to do to help set in a new routine or something you'd like to add to your routine. I will see you back here next Sunday for updates on vlogging in public. I've been doing it little by little, and it's scary, but it's fun. So with that, I hope until we see each other again that you do something that makes you scared. Something that's a little bit difficult, something that makes you happy, and something that just makes you say, fuck it. Get it done, find you, do things that make you happy, that feed your soul, and help you create the lifestyle of the person that you want to be. Have a wonderful week. I love you. See you next time.